Today marks the 60th anniversary of the release of 12 Angry Men, directed by Sidney Lumet in his feature film debut, and starring Henry Fonda, Lee J. Cobb, and 10 other players. Written by Reginald Rose, it first started out as a television production for a program called Studio One. It became pretty successful, which paved the way for a feature film version. Not only did Henry Fonda play the lead role, he also produced it. It would be the only time he would produce something. I first watched this movie on Turner Classic Movies several years ago. I didn't really know what to expect, but after watching it, I was taken aback by how riveting it was, despite taking place in a jury room 99% the length of the film. The story is really simple. A group of men retire to a jury room after going through a trial of a boy accused of murdering his father. Even with strong evidence and witness testimonies, one juror says the boy is not guilty. Let me rephrase that. He isn't sure and wants to talk to everyone what they've heard and seen from the trial and not jump to conclusions. Things slowly start to get intense as revelations get discovered based on observations from other jurors, and they start to get a reasonable doubt in their minds, which angers a couple of the jurors, mainly Juror 3, played by Lee J. Cobb. That's all there is to it on the surface, but the entire film is an exceptional representation of the importance of being a juror, and most of it is pretty relevant today. The performances and the dialogue are all tremendous. Henry Fonda really carries this movie so marvelously well. He really sets an example of how the process of determining a person's innocence or guilt should be done. It is one of his most noteworthy performances. When I really thought about it, I felt like I adopted his traits, like strongly considering the circumstances a person is in, both past and present, when he's under judgment. Aside from Fonda, the other actors do a fine job, with Lee J. Cobb standing out secondly. He is one of the major voices of dissent, feeling the boy needs to be punished much like his own son. His monologue near the end is very powerful, and Cobb just knocks it out of the park. You also have E.G. Marshall and Ed Begley, who are basing the facts on logic and racial bias, respectively. There's a scene where Ed Begley's character, Juror 11, delivers this rant on how all the points everyone has made hold no water, and then everybody starts to get out of their chairs and create this wall of silence. Even the ones who voted guilty ignore him, though they have different reasons. Like Cobb's last scene, it is another powerfully effective moment. Some other familiar faces include Jack Klugman as Juror 5, this was before he sounded raspy, Martin Balsam as the foreman, Jack Warden as Juror 7, who you may remember from All the President's Men, The Great Muppet Caper, and Problem Child, and character actor John Fiedler as Juror 2, who has such a familiar high voice you wonder where you heard it from. Well, I can tell you that he is also the voice of Piglet from Winnie the Pooh. Aside from the script and performers, the cinematography is also very well done. When we're first in the jury room, we get this long tracking shot of everyone getting settled in and making small talk. From the very beginning, the shots are above eye level with wide-angle lens being used. But later, when things get more intense, you get more extreme close-ups of the characters at eye level with the use of telephoto lenses, and it works very well in the film's favor. To sum it all up, 12 Angry Men may have a simple story and take place in one set, but the execution is something spectacular. Even though we don't know if the defendant was guilty or not, it really adds to the intrigue and gives us something to think about. For anyone interested in stage-to-film adaptations, this is one of the quintessentials. I loved every minute of it. It is one of my top 3 favorite movies of all time. So you may have figured out that 12 Angry Men gets my complete approval. You may be curious what I thought of the remake by William Friedkin. I thought it was decent with some good performances. But my major problem with it is Jack Lemmon's performance as Juror 8. Don't get me wrong, he's a very good actor and I respect him, but his performance feels very weary due to his old age. In fact, half of the cast are very old too. I think a more appropriate title would be 12 Grumpy Old Men. With Fonda, he had my full attention. But I will give the remake credit for including black actors in some of the roles for diversity. Still, I'm not against another iteration of it. In fact, if they were to remake it again, this would be my dream cast. Mark Ruffalo for the foreman, Charlie Day for Juror 2, Bryan Cranston for Juror 3, Bob Gunton for Juror 4, Oscar Isaac for Juror 5, Jason Alexander for Juror 6, John C. Reilly for Juror 7, Tom Hanks for Juror 8, Morgan Freeman for Juror 9, with James Earl Jones as a runner-up, Michael Keaton for Juror 10, Christoph Waltz for Juror 11, and Ty Burrell for Juror 12. Think they're all good choices? Feel free to comment below and tell me what you think, or who you think would be best suited for either role. You could even suggest actresses. Till then, I'll see you next time.